I was Army from 2001 till 2004. Joined the service at 17, and when I was in basic training, 9/11 hit.
Navy twice, 95 to 98, and then I went from 2007 to 2009. So I was a glutton for punishment twice. I got a little mad when the Twin Towers fell, so I went back in after a while because nothing was happening.
I was an Army medic from 1967 to 1970. Now I came back like everybody else and did not want anybody to know I was a veteran, and then I got over that and went to school, used my GI Bill, went to school, I got a master's degree in psychology, just started to talk to veterans, and it made sense. It was like, gee, this person was in the military, she understands and she knows the book crap, basically. And I got to tell you, there's nothing in a book that's going to prepare you to work with veterans. You know, you either have to know it or you don't. And this isn't easy work. I mean, people don't really realize on a day-to-day basis how difficult it is to keep somebody's head above water.
As soon as 9/11 hit, we knew. I mean, you knew something was going to happen. My squadron commander, he always said, it's not if, it's when. The first 45 days, we didn't shower, no water except to drink, and what we did have to drink, it was hot. You get these cool little sweat marks on your knees and your elbows, and then they dry because it was so damn hot. And you get these white salt marks around where the sweat, you can just see where you were sweating because it would just dry off. People in this country have no idea how lucky they are that nobody, I mean, I try to explain it to my friends when I got home, what it was like over there, and it wasn't possible. You just couldn't understand. Poverty, you know, just how cheap life is, how they treat women, how they treat other people. When I got out, I didn't really know what to do. And I was just working, busting my butt every day. Work dried up, you know, I got laid off. And there's quite a lot more to it, but you know. For a while, I wouldn't talk about it unless I had a couple beers in me. You know, I don't like talking about it.
It can be from a smell to a sound to you name it. Everybody has their own little triggers. It can be a word that'll take you right. It's different for everybody, and I have a couple. You don't want to be touched. You don't want to be told everything's okay. You want to vent. You want to yell at the world. You want to break stuff, basically, or flip out and shake. So no one needs to be coddled at that point in time, or at least I don't. I got home and there were some problems, and my home got foreclosed, and I found this place by the grace of God or whoever's up there. Honestly, it was like 1 in a million chance, and I'm glad I'm here.
Veterans come to us basically because they need a little extra help. They haven't been able to do it on their own for whatever reason. Sometimes just hard economic times, sometimes they have drug and alcohol issues, various things. Sometimes it's a disability. This place in Gardner pulls it all together so that they can get rehabilitation, they can get their schooling, they can get their housing and all their counseling in one spot. The things that we provide here are the education through Mount Wachusett Community College, which is fantastic because they not only give the education to the veteran and take care of all the fees, etc., but they give the wife or the husband, the spouse, an education also for free. That's huge. I don't think anybody else does that. They can get their physical therapy here. We have a physical therapist who comes in. We have occupational therapists. We have drug and alcohol counselors that come in. We have marriage counselors. We have PTSD counseling. Anything that we don't have, we will find it and either plug it in here through volunteers. We have loads of volunteers. We'll either plug it in here or we'll set them up with it somewhere else.
Well, first of all, the place that I live is the nicest place I've ever lived, you know, bar none. You know, I grew up eating government cheese. This is, you know, washer, dryer, dishwasher. You know, my roommate's from Texas, but that's not his fault.
You have a roof over your head, you have people around you that care about you and will shove you in the right direction, if you like it or not, kind of thing, which is structure, which a lot of military people need. you know, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to, it's great. So you know, you get all this help and you have a bunch of cool people that live with you that understand what you're going through. They try, you know, they talk to you if you're feeling down and they listen to you. It's great, it's wonderful. So being at Mount Wachusett and here is amazing because it's right there. So, and yeah, I'm 38, so going back to school for me is like, yeah.
You know, the school hooking me up with the new GI Bill, you know, the counseling, the yoga. It's, as far as like anything is concerned, any kind of place where I could be, this is like, I couldn't possibly ask for any better. I mean, you want to get back into school, you know, you want to get right in your head, be around people that have been through the same kind of crap that you have. You know, we're like a family here.
Even when we started, everything has come about because of need. When we see a need, it's like, this is what needs to be done. It's not being done. Plus, when you're in a rural area, you know, all the money goes to the big cities, to Boston and to Springfield or to Worcester or, you know, I mean, north central Massachusetts almost doesn't exist in the state of Massachusetts. It's really weird when you go for a grant.
It's amazing that people give money for places like this. It's kind of cool, actually. It touches a heartstring that people care enough to do something this grand for somebody like me.
We're in the process right now of finishing the last 10 houses. The first 10 are finished, they're filled, and we have a waiting list. Now we need the money to finish the rest. And that's what we're working on, fundraising and looking for donations to actually finish those housing units. The Northeast Veteran Training and Rehabilitation Center is solely funded by private donations. We get no federal or state money for this. And so that's what we need, our donations, basically.
I'm hoping to go into nursing. Just from what I saw at the VA, they got some great people there, but they got some people there that have just been there for 30 years.
When I'm done with my degree, I'm gonna see myself back at Texas at the VA. I'd like to go work for the VA, even though they're so slow. But other than that, I'd like to help people like me. How do you thank somebody that has that big of a heart? Tell them that we really do appreciate it. I know a lot of people don't get to hear that from a veteran, or because it's, you know, they give her money and then they don't know that we're actually here. And I'm here saying thank you, because I would be out on the streets when those vets would work for food in Houston, Texas if it weren't for this place, probably. So.